Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here, playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards, Ranked Mode. For today's match, we're going to be playing as Tau, which are at rock bottom of all of my factions, only at 694 trophies this season. But we're going to be using Commander Farsight, who is the newest warlord to have gotten a brand new animation for his special rule. You may have noticed it if you're playing this week's campaign against the Tau. And since the Tau are at such a low rank for me, I am running a very weak deck with just Kroot bodyguards, and you can see I have 95 points remaining, so I would not recommend this, but just doing this for fun, giving myself a little bit of a challenge. Looking at Commander Farsight, he is at level 7, so he can deal 85 damage with his melee attack. His trait is Furious Charge, and of course his special rule, when your last card deploys, it heals whatever is on the field back up to full health, and increases your melee attack by about 100%. The Kroots tend to have more melee than ranged. We got the Krootox Rider, which is a pretty fun one with Berserk, the Kroot Shaper with Furious Charge, the Kroot Tracker with Outflank, the Kroot Carnivore. This is a pretty bad card in my opinion. It's a very weak ranged attack, but it buffs ranged with its Scout. And then we've got the Kroot Hound, which I've seen used a bit. This thing has Outflank and also debuffs melee. Alright, so let's go ahead and deploy with Commander Farsight in this pack of Kroots and see how we do here at the bottom levels of ranked. And we are up against Captain Acheron. Let's see what level this guy is at. 766 trophies for the deck, only level 2. Well, let's see how these Kroots do. Put down the Kroot Shaper. They do have a fair number of bodyguards. And of course they will be able to survive longer than normal. I think I'm going to put down the Krootox early on, and hopefully it will survive till the end of the battle. Let's see, let's go with... I just want to get rid of the Kroot Carnivore, so I'm just going to drop him there. And we do have the initiative, so we'll be going first here. The Apothecary healing up their units. These are pretty low level cards on the enemy's side. We kind of level 1 Lieutenant, a level 2 Apothecary, and level 2 Ancient. Yep, very, very weak. Yeah, we're going to go with the ranged attack to start off. And I guess we can just switch between ranged and melee. I'm thinking I probably should have deployed the Kroot Hound first to get that outflank out of the way. You don't want to put 2 cards with outflank down on the same turn, generally speaking. Because the second time you use it on the same turn, it probably won't end up doing anything. Alright, and well, I think we'll just continue with the ranged attacks here, maybe. Why not? Krootox Rider. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about the Iron Halo. So they do survive the first time that they would be destroyed. Yeah, these Space Marines. So, and they do get to counterattack as well. So the Krootox Rider is actually taking a fair bit of damage. I don't know if it's going to survive until the end of the match. It is gaining a lot of attack power here. Plus 9 stats every time it takes any damage. Alright, the Kroot Shaper. Okay, I think... So I guess we can switch to a melee attack here. And hopefully we can actually see Commander Farsight's special rule in action. That's the only reason I'm even playing this game, is to show off the new animation. So we'll try to get our bodyguards destroyed so that we can see that special rule. Let's go ahead and put down the Kroot Hound. We got the outflank there. They'll probably go with the ranged attack, which has now been debuffed. The Krootox Rider. Actually, well, that aggressor doesn't even have his trait unlocked. This is a little bit too easy. Okay, so normally the aggressor has barrage, so that's why I moved the Krootox over to the center lane to get hit by the splash damage, but it's only at level 1, so it has not unlocked the trait. Alright, well, that's okay. Let's just go with a ranged attack then. put down the Crute Tracker. We'll go with the ranged attack. That will finish off the Crute Hound, and then we can deploy Farsight. We're debuffing their melee as well here. And destroying 2 of the Marines, so now the enemy Warlord will deploy. Now, he's at level 2, so he will have 1 shield, which will be able to block the attack from the Furious Charge. So normally that Furious Charge would be dealing 80%, so a lot of damage there, but unfortunately it's going to get completely stopped. But we will see the special rule activate here. So we got the 2 little animations. You can see it was very quick, and it only happens once, so you have to look closely, I guess. But yeah, so the Krutox Rider got healed back up to full health, which is actually really amazing because look how much damage the thing has now. And so there was one little animation that appeared over the icon in the bottom left, and that indicates that we were readying the melee attack 5 times. And then there was one more animation that just appeared over the Krutox Rider. It looks like it only appears over units that are damaged and indicates that they are being healed back up to full health. So if you want to go back and watch that, feel free to do that. Now, we have a massive amount of melee damage here, 491, but of course they are going to survive because of the Iron Halo. So we'll go ahead and use that melee attack. And here's Captain Acheron. Down to 15 health, and the Blade Guard veteran heals himself from the attack somehow. Krutox Rider now dealing over 90 damage, both ranged and melee. And now we can end the game. The Crute Tracker is going to be the one to get the kill. Of course, we used up our melee attack, so we no longer have that big attack charged up. But still able to dish out a lot of damage. Commander Farsight, I think with that 200 damage, would have been able to kill a lot of Warlords in one hit. But Captain Acheron is definitely one of the most durable ones. Those shields actually can be very effective at blocking Farsight's attack. He only has 1 attack type, so he's just not very well equipped to deal with shields. Of course, normally you could run a deck with lots of ranged bodyguards with Farsight, including, and Tau have a lot of barrage units, so they do a pretty good job of dealing with shields, I think, normally. But this one was just a deck I made for fun. Let me know if you use any of these Crute cards. And someone was mentioning that they would like to see a Crute Warlord. That would be pretty cool, I think, although I don't know if there are any models actually that are available for that, but hopefully there are some more Crutes that can make their way into the game. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.